Hey everybody, Adam Savage. I am in London in the catacombs of Prop Store. Tim, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, sir. Last year I was in LA and you guys were auctioning off one of the original Terminator 1 Endo Arms. And now we have a T2?
Yep.
Dude, tell me about this piece.
Well, this is pretty nice. This is obviously a fully articulated special effects endo arm.
Oh my God.
Cable controlled. We have two control boxes. We have a control box that activates the wrist, and then there's a rig here that articulates each finger. It's not a very, I guess this is kind of a two-man deal or something, because it's not very, it's not especially practical, but you know, it gives an insight into the incredible work and quality that went in by Stan Winston. Obviously the best of the best.
Yeah, this is Stan Winston Studios. This is 1990-ish.
Yeah.
Right? So Stan Winston Studios was only less than 10 years old at that point. I just can't believe I'm looking at the articulated endo arm here. It feels like such a... There's that way when Arnold tears his skin off and he does this, and there's this way that the knuckle settles. And like to see the little lever that makes the pinky and ring finger do that settling, and the middle and index finger go the other way. It's really...
You're right. That shot totally sells that scene, doesn't it? And yeah. So that was a left arm. This is a right arm. So I don't know whether this is it certainly a production made piece.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether they had ideas for different scenes or whether they were working on it as they go along, I have absolutely no idea.
Well, they had a lot of puppeteered Terminators for all sorts of different scenes, and if I'm just going to build one of these, I would probably be building two of them, right? You're making all the parts. Does it still?
It does. So if I pick one of these up, and there we go. That's the bit. I see it. There it goes.
Right, cable comes down.
Yes, that didn't reset.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. We go.
I was giving you a little bit of return.
Then,
yeah, I mean
moves.
it.
So they do move.
I think it's worth pointing out that if this thing was on set, it would be being adjusted for tightness and refinement for every single take.
Absolutely.
And this has been sitting for decades.
It has, and it's amazing it works at all. But I can show you the.
Oh, the wrist mechanism. Yeah.
So this. There you go. So that operates the wrist there.
Incredible.
So,
I mean, and I know this looks really primitive, but it is entirely plausible that these are the original control rigs.
I would assume so. I mean, there's no reason to think not. They're certainly old, and they are crude enough to be set on a set. There's no fine detail going into this. It's just a practical thing.
It's it's sort of beautiful how simple it is. These are just some little shaft collars and some springs and some braided cable. It's like these are bicycle brake cables, effectively. And I mean, the other thing is, there's nothing. It's like, it's a genuine robot arm.
It's heavy.
Holding it weighs like 15, 20 pounds. Every part is made out of metal. And I know some of this is plated metal, but still.
I mean, it's totally believable. It's a real world thing. I mean, that's one of the things that sets Stan Winston apart. I think it was just the attention to detail and that level of realism and believability.
It really is. And it doesn't look like there is anything missing from this.
I think it's all there. I mean, we had a good look at it when it first arrived.
It's incredibly intact. Do we know where this was sitting for the last several decades?
It's been in a private collection for the last few years, and before that.
Just incredible. It's impossible to overestimate just how much this hand, this robot, this evil being lives rent-free in my freaking head. When the first Terminator came out, and that he was pulling himself forward with that one endo arm towards Sarah Connor, nobody had ever seen anything like that. And then when the sequel comes out, and the 80s were so amazing for the sequels, when that sequel comes out and he tears off his hand and you see one of these arms, it's just like, I look at it now and I can see that it's just an amalgam of parts and pieces, but I look at these fingertips, the fingertips of the Terminator, it just fills me with joy. And by joy, I mean a little bit of dread, a little bit of teenage, this is like part of my makeup. Amazing. The two things that blow my mind about the endo arms I've covered in the last year with you guys is that they both feel like they've been cast off a robot, right? Like they feel precisely like, oh yeah, this is like 30 pounds. This is really heavy. But I also love the fact that all of its actuation is visible.
Yeah, I mean it's futuristic, but it's entirely practical for 1991.
And that felt part of the authenticity. And it's coming from special effects, you know, we're always trying to hide the cables, and that they must have been sort of gleeful at Stan Winston about being able to show everything, right? I feel like this is almost my favorite part is this beautiful control arm down here, because you can see the puppeteer, you know, moving the, I don't want to move it too much, but moving the arm. Oh, man, I saw this movie in the theaters.
And it blew your mind, like it did everybody's.
Completely blew my mind. It is one of those, man, sequels in the 80s. We have so many sequels in the 80s that exceeded every expectation we had.
Mainly James Cameron, though.
It really was. It was mostly James Cameron, yep. Dude, could I try puppeting it?
You do what you like, yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right, I just want to, let's see here. Okay, I see. That's the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're activating it just that way. That's really smart. Okay, that's good to know. That's good institutional knowledge. Left, right. Yeah, we get the full rotation here. And, you know, yeah, these would be refined before every single take, but let's see about these fingers.
Yeah, the cable's twisted, but it's probably not helping. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's... So I guess somebody would have had this all set up.
This was a kind of giant-handed guy on set that this was made for. Unlikely.
It is unlikely. Oh, yeah. That was neat.
Yeah, if you push the cable back down, it does reset again. I guess it's just the spring maybe needs.
Wow. Did you catch that? All right. Oh, amazing. Even just this little bit of movement, I'm sweating. I'm sweating with joy. Tim, you've made me very happy today. Holy cow. Can you imagine being on set, puppeteering this next to Arnold while he's pulling the big rubber hand? I know this isn't that exact hand, but like...
With James Cameron looking on. No pressure, no pressure.
And there's nothing light about this. This is a heavy... This is
hard
just like
work.
You said, it's a real robot arm.
For sure.
I see such a great mix of materials too. We have, I think, cast plated resin. We've got machined aluminum. We've got machined steel. We've got homemade cable crimps. Just gorgeous. Oh, I think I know what those are. I think those are just screw flanges. Wait a minute. Oh, I feel like, wow, that's really good to know. If you haven't had enough Endo Arm content, in the description we'll include a link to last year's Endo Arm that we covered at Prop Store in LA. This is just, oh my God, I love coming here and handling these pieces. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So beautiful.
Thank you guys so much for watching that video. We have some brand new merch available at the store. A dog's age ago, I mean like 2018, 2019, this wonderful graphic designer named Brian Otterer reached out to us and sent us some stickers. He has a design firm called Dash 3 Dots, and we loved his stickers so much we wanted to sell them on the merch store. Well, he updated them with our new logo, and we've got Adam in the Martian spacesuit sticker. We've got Adam in the shuttle suit sticker. We've got Adam in the Apollo suit sticker. And my personal favorite, Adam in the alien spacesuit sticker. Get yours now, tested-store.com. Hey!